Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. My. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see what is going on? You see this? This what you here for? Welcome back, my gators. These are all the ingredients you're going to need to make this tasty cobbler. So you might want to screenshot it so that way you can write it down. Let's get into the video. Later, gators. You're going to get your skillet and put about 2 tablespoons of butter from the stick of butter that we're using inside here. We have our pan on medium heat. The remaining butter is going to go in the oven until it's melted on 350. I'm using a 29-ounce can, and I'm also using a 15-ounce can. So I'm going to keep the juice from this one and save the juice. I'm going to make me some peach syrup for my pancakes. So I'm just going to use the juice of one because you don't want too much juice in it. So butter is melting. I'm going to add the big can. Then I'm going to add the smaller can with the juice. Half a cup of brown sugar. A little over a half a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of white. Excuse me, I had that backwards. I'm going to add 2 cups full of this vanilla. 1, 2. About a good 3 teaspoons, which is about 2 tablespoons. I mean a tablespoon. You really can't go wrong with cinnamon. So I'll just say for you to have measuring purposes, but I like a lot of cinnamon. So yeah, that much. Now we're going to add a couple drops of almond extract, nutmeg, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon. Stir, stir, stir. Basically, you want this sugar to melt really well. Once it's melted, then you can load this onto the batter that we're getting ready to make. So I'm going to stir this really good, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to go make the batter and show you how to make that. So let's get this stirred. Make sure you just stir it really well and let the sugar dissolve. Now these were peaches in juice, not in syrup. So that's the difference. You want to lessen the amount of sugar you use if you use peaches in syrup. Right, the butter is melted, so I'm taking this out. Sizzling. These are nice and done. All the sugar is melted. I don't feel any granules or anything. So I'm going to cut that off. All right, for the batter, you're going to use in here 1.5 cup of self-rising flour, and this is self-rising flour I make on my own. Basically, you mix the ratio. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Remind me to put the link below on showing you how to make your own self-rising flour. It's more expensive than regular flour and it's easy to make. So we have that. And then after we put our flour in there, we're going to add some sugar. You can do brown or white, it's your choice. And I want to put a little less than half, not a whole, this is a half, but not a full half, but enough. I don't like my crust too sweet, but sweet enough. It's like the filling is already going to be really sweet. So we have that. And then we're going to add just a couple dabs of the Himalayan salt. And we're just going to go, that's about a good 1/8 of Himalayan salt. Then we're going to add some cinnamon. And this is going to be about, I'll say about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now I like to add some almond extract to my batter, as well as vanilla extract to my batter, and I'll say this is going to be about a good teaspoon. And then you're going to add a cup of milk, guys, and it's just that easy. So we're going to add our milk, no eggs or anything. This is old school peach cobbler. And when I tell you it's tasty, I want you to let me know how it comes out for you. So you want to just continue mixing. Hold on one second. Continue mixing. And I like to start with a cup because depending on the temperature in your house, sometimes it can be thick and sometimes it can be thin. I want a little bit thinner than that, so I'm going to add maybe about a 1/4 cup of milk to this. Oh, I'm talking to y'all, not even here. I just added a little less than a 1/4 of a cup. So I would say if I had to measure, it would be about 1/8 of a cup. And so you want to mix this really well. You don't need a mixer and all that. You don't want to overbeat this mix and make your batter chewy and just not good. You want it to stay fluffy and nice. We don't want to get that gluten agitated too much. All right. So that's the mix. And that's it. Let's head on over to the pan and get this stuff in the pan. All right. So here's our butter. And this is kind of hot. Kind of move it real quick. All you're going to do is put your batter in here. Trust me, do not make sure it's evenly put in here. Oh, are y'all getting there? Hold on. So you want all of this to be even in your pan. Go all around the pan. Get every corner that you can. Spoon, you let it get all this out. This will do. So we want to get all this batter out. We don't like to waste nothing. We want all this out. It's tempting, but please do not stir, do not mix, do not do anything. It will do its thing in the oven. I'm telling you, just trust the process. All right, so now we're getting ready to take our peaches, and I'm going to use this because I want to see and regulate how much of the juice I'm putting in. So we're going to nicely just drop that on top of this batter like so. I'm going to get all the peaches out, laid in here nice and even. Do not stir, do not stir, do not stir. Please do not stir. Do not stir, okay? So here we go. I'm going to get all these peaches in here. That butter, everything is going to do what it needs to do. We don't want to stir, okay? We don't want to stir. I'm saying this because it is so tempting. It is so tempting. All right, let's get all of these in here. I'm going to drizzle some of this on, but we don't want too much of it. We do not want too much of it. I don't like mine very like sweet, like soggy. Cobbler is supposed to be like that, wetter than a pie, but you know, I don't want too much of it. And I can always use this to make different syrups. So then once I get it like that, I'm going to take and maybe just drizzle some of this in here. Let me get another spoon. I took out about a little less than a cup, and we're just going to pour some. We don't even want all of this, but just enough. Just enough. Okay? That's it. That's it. And that's about how much we have left in the cup. And we're going to put this in the oven for about 45 minutes. I'm on 350 and it's a convection. No, this is regular bake. So 350. Actually, I'm going to turn it up because I thought I put it on convection. So if you're doing convection, do 350. If you're doing regular baking, do 375. All right, let's get it in the oven. All right, she is in there. No stirring, no stirring. Trust the process. Yes, I am making some peach syrup and I got my bottle ready. I add a little bit of salt, more salt in here for preservation, like preservative, natural preservative to preserve it. All these pancakes with some whipped cream for breakfast one day is going to be so good. So yeah, just wanted to stick that in there. As soon as this get a little thicker, I'm going to transfer it to that. We're not wasting anything. 2 uses out of 1 thing. All right, guys, look at it, look at it. So let's take it out. Now, I want you to understand that because I use brown sugar and lots of cinnamon in the batter, and well, lots of cinnamon in the mix with the peaches, but also cinnamon in the batter and brown sugar, that's why it's brown. It wouldn't normally be that color if you didn't put the brown sugar and if you didn't put the cinnamon, but I love that. It tastes so good. Oh, it tastes so good. So we're going to let this cool and then I'm going to come back. Now, if you wanted this to be thicker, you could have added less peaches or you could have added more of the batter. It's up to you. So we're going to let this cool and we're going to put it in a bowl and we're going to taste it maybe with some vanilla ice cream. What y'all think? So continue watching. It'll be less than a second from you, but it's going to be about an hour for me. All right. Continue watching. All right, guys, so it is time to dig in. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. My. We need to get, and also, I wanted to use my dish that can be covered, which is a little bit bigger than the one I normally would use. So that's why it's not as deep as it would normally be. Oh, I'm being greedy. Okay, that's enough. So that is what it's looking like. And y'all want to see? Y'all want to see? Let's get some ice cream on this. Let's get some ice cream on this. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see what is going on? Let's get a peach. We need a peach. We need a peach. I love more bread than I love peaches, but yeah. Do you see this? This what you here for? Those crispy edges. That's the peach cobbler. Tell me what you think when you make this. They're gonna love it. I don't like it really extremely wet and just sloppy. I like it just like this. More juice if you like it wetter. Oh my Lord. More of the syrup in it when you make it. But yeah. There it is.